my 2A, my Second Amendment. So I'm not one to go out there and introduce bills without really studying and understand what it's all about. So I actually had staff did some couple of weeks of major research. And so we look at the state of Texas that actually passed SB 11, and it was enacted in August of 2016. So what staff did for me was basically collected data from the following universities: University of Texas, Texas A&M, Texas Tech University, University of Houston, University of North Texas. And the data was compiled with the year before the passing, 2015, after it passed in 2016, and went further into 2017 to make sure that we have the data. If there was any shooting at all, there were people being killed that we would have seen in these data. And we can go and you know what? To be fair, I'm going to make sure staff gets a copy of this data to all members at a later time. But I can answer those questions. Why is it important to me? Well, two reasons. Reason number one, I came from a communist country where people were actually killed at will. But you know, I used this example the other day. Can you imagine if Cambodia had the Second Amendment? We wouldn't have the 2 million people killed by Pol Pot. But that's a different story. We're talking about university here, so I don't want to go too far away from it. But to be fair, I have a different life outside of this building. So I want to share a little bit of background so you understand that I introduced this bill for a reason. I'm the president of the Arizona State Rifle and Pistol Association. And if you look up the mission of ASRPA, we're all about education. 99% of it is firearm safety education. No more, no less. I'm also a certified CCW instructor, so I understand what it takes to have a CCW, to hold one. I'm a certified firearm safety instructor. I'm a certified rifle coach, and at some point in my life, I was also the state director for the junior rifle team. We're talking about 12 years old to 20 years old. And in 100 years of competition, no kids ever gotten killed. As a matter of fact, very proud to tell you that we actually brought home 50 national titles to the state of Arizona. So I'm hoping to be able to provide the information. I expect members to be asking me a lot of hard questions. And so I want to make sure you understand that I'm going to try to, not to educate, I don't want to talk down to you guys, but to provide as much information as I can in doing this. So with that, I'm available for question.
Anyone have questions for the sponsor? Nope. Okay. With that, I have a couple cards here of Michael Thompson in opposition.
Okay. Thanks, sir.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair and committee. My name is Michael Thompson, and I am currently the Chief of Police at Arizona State University. I have been a member of Arizona law enforcement, an active member of Arizona law enforcement for 34 years. And I'm here to respectfully oppose House Bill 2447. University students make bad decisions all the time, hourly sometimes even. I believe what the scenario that Representative Nguyen is representing, and I respect his training and all, but I think it's completely different separation or scenarios. We're dealing with students who don't have the ability, for the most part, to make life decisions regarding carrying a firearm on campus. We have alcohol issues. We have many.
Go ahead and finish up.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We have alcohol issues. We have mental health issues. We have, we don't have supervision as you would have at a rifle competition. There are a lot of variables that are added into the mix that cause problems with students carrying a firearm on campus. And we at the state universities spend a lot of time and effort in providing safety programs, security, and everything else that we can to prevent these kind of incidents from happening. So I think the notion that a CCW training is going to prevent some kind of massive shooting on campus is a fantasy. You're not in a CCW class having induced stress training like a police officer would have over their entire career. You're not able to make those kind of decisions when you're shooting a paper target on a Saturday afternoon. So with that,
I have a question.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, Chief, I appreciate you being here. I just want to make one thing very clear is that in order to have a CCW, you have to be 21. So from 20 to 18 to 17, we shouldn't be talking about them because they're not the ones. So hang in there for a second for me. So they have to be 21. If I can remember correctly, you can actually vote at 18. So you somebody just say you can get drafted. So I'm going to go along the line with Chairman Blackman. My daughter was at boot camp at 17. She finished boot camp before she turned 18. She was assigned an M4 and a pistol, sidearm, to put on a uniform and defend the nation. And by the way, it was only 6 weeks. You're not talking about. That's my point number one. Point number two, seeing how I'm a certified CCW instructor, and I will tell you this. I'm going to jump back and forth a little bit. You kind of scare me when you start talking about kids drinking and doing drugs and being irresponsible. You just made a case for me to not send my kids to ASU.
or any other university.
Or even you're making the case for me that if I send my 21-year-old daughter to ASU, she should be armed to protect herself from all the drunks and the drug users on campus.